fourth wall, and they're doing
Yes.
it on Southern Hospitality too. On Southern Hospitality, they could have said, and they would say if it was House Ice, they would say, well, Joe Bradley slept with a girl in New York. They're saying Luann. The first episode, they're like, you slept with Luann. There's no reference to a
Yeah.
last name.
Right.
We're
It's
just
Luann.
everyone is supposed to know who Luann is, and everyone does know who Luann is. That is breaking the fourth wall. Right. Here we
Right.
have Sierra confronting Wes about like you did all these interviews with the New York Times and this and that, or whatever the hell it was. Like we're breaking the fourth wall and it's working.
I love it. Because you know on Housewives, David, they would say a publication, so and so. And like they would be like a really famous New Yorker. Like it's like just say who it is. So I think maybe they're less media savvy, like they're younger, maybe they're less media savvy. But I feel like, and not, I'm saying Southern Charm because I think on Summer House they're quite smart. Paige knows how to work this to her benefit. She's gained so many followers. She's probably not going to come back to Summer House. This show is going to catapult her to kind of the Hannah Burner, a little note. But and I know a
They're
lot of people don't.
hosting the Oscars. They hosted the Oscars after party or
There you
for
go.
Vanity Fair. That's like a major party.
Major. It's major. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. And I know people don't love Hannah, but she knows how to work the system. She knows how to work.
She knows how to work the system, but also their dynamic works. It's organic, and Hannah is a comedian, so it is this. Fat Paige has it's a kind of Paige has the fashion, which is the whole night, and Hannah's funny. It makes sense to me. It does as far as two people to host, you know? I just wonder, like, is Summer House and Southern Hospitality the new Vanderpump Rules? Oh, you're also freezing and we're losing you,
And
but wait, I think you're coming back. Sorry, you
I
froze.
might have lost you. Did I lose you?
Yeah,
Okay.
you lost me for a minute, but well, I mean, you're in Dubai. I was saying like Summer House and Southern Hospitality, like they are the new Vanderpump Rules. Like they are kind of, and by the way, also like TJ and Joe Bradley, the breakup of their friendship, all because
So
TJ
good.
admitted, that he slept with Luann, that Bradley slept with Luann. It's like, so I guess people are interested in that too. I mean,
Definitely. Do you think something happened between them, between Joe and TJ? I talked to TJ
well,
about it. He
yeah.
wouldn't tell me, but do you think something happened between them?
Well, TJ implies, I don't know where it was on the air, but I read this article that, like, yeah, he implies that Joe slept over one night and he was drunk. And I mean, Joe is straight, but we don't have to put a label on it. You could be straight and in a bed with a guy and things could happen. I
Mhm.
mean, not for
Sure.
every straight guy. I understand the way the world works. But TJ said yes. He said that's part of the whole drama from this season that stuff happened between them and that Joe Bradley is like, why are you saying that we hooked up? I've never been with a
Right.
guy. So
Right.
do I think things have happened? I don't know. Do you? I mean, in my mind, I would like things to have happened.
I do. I think certain men are for the streets, and I think Joe Bradley is for the streets. So that doesn't mean it could be Luann, it could be him, it could be him. I don't, so I think some men are just very affectionate. I've been around straight men who are, for lack of a better word, acting very gay. And I think a lot of straight guys think it's funny or like, and they make out with someone or, heavy petting. I mean, that kind of counts. It doesn't have to be penetrative, like for it to be something.
Yeah, I've been around straight guys like that too. Yeah, no, I think there's definitely a sliding scale. I think there are plenty of straight men that would never do anything with a guy, hug, whatever.
Sure.
But I do agree. I think I voted Joe Bradley the second hottest guy on Bravo. I've decided that Joe
Oh,
Bradley to me is I'm just physical. I'm not taking into account personality or anything else. I find him to be hot. Yeah. So
who's number one?
Steve
Who's
Gold
number
from
one?
Million Dollar Listing.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah, Steve Gold is good.
We
When he had the
love him.
long hair, though. I like the long hair. Like
You
him with the
did.
shorter hair on buying whatever. What was that show on Netflix?
Selling the City.
Selling the city. He is still hot, though. Still hot. Still
Still
got it.
hot. And someone sent to me, he just got, I forgot, I think it's with not Dior. Maybe it's not like Dior's too high end. It was something It wasn't Kenneth Cole. It was one of those like a Kenneth Cole. He just got some modeling gig and is like
Oh,
shirtless. And I'm like, I
okay.
mean, you go for it at 40, whatever. But Leva must be loving this. Like it's her restaurant. She's,
Mhm.
the head of the show, like Vanderpump. I mean, it shocked. I don't know. These numbers shocked me. I'll be honest with you.
Me too. I think Leva's thrilled because she's kind of a bit like watching paint dry. She's a bit boring on Southern Charm. So for her to have a show where she's a more interesting and more involved. So I love to see them thrive, you know? So I'm happy about that.
Me too. There is some Summer House stuff just I thought was interesting. And I think the whole show, I agree. I think a lot of people are tuning in for Paige and Craig, but Lindsay just, I think this is just, she took him to church. Lindsay just did an interview and they asked her, because, Carl said on the episode, like, I'm happy everything is going well for you and I just pray for you or I wish you the best. I think he said like I pray for you, which I feel I don't know how you can say that to someone in a non-condescending way. Well, she has said that she has never seen Carl pray. I mean, right? Like I don't see how could that be non-condescending if you say I'm praying for you or I wish you
Doesn't
well.
relate. I mean, maybe if he was like a youth pastor, but we've seen Craig, break a bed. So it's hard to take you seriously. And I love what's her name that's like Lindsay's best friend on the show? Oh my God. Gabby.
I
She was like,
yes.
I think it's Gabby, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. She was like, there's Carl's teeth. I was dying when she said that. It was so funny. His teeth are too much. The teeth, it's
The
too much.
teeth are too much. Well, Lindsay has said that she has never seen this guy. I love how she won't refer to him by name. I've never seen this guy pray a day in his life ever. And also, I don't think I've ever seen him go to a church in the same, it's the same smoke and mirrors that this guy has all the time. Do you even know how to pray? I don't need your prayers. He should focus his prayers on himself. I feel like that is kind of a reading someone for filth moment. I mean, I
You can say a lot of things about Lindsay, but what you can't say is she's not fake. She's not fake. That's the thing.
I don't think she's fake either. I don't think she's fake. And I've met Carl a few times in the real world. I find Carl very smug. And I really love Kyle. I find Carl just to be smug.
I agree with you. I agree with you. It's this like, you know what it is? It's kind of like I'm going to do what I want. And then when it's not going my way, I'm going to then gaslight you. Because
Mhm.
I really liked him. And obviously, the stuff with his brother is really disheartening and very hard to watch. And Lindsay is not an easy person to be with, but by no stretch of the imagination is he also easy to be with. He made it seem like she was a monster and he was completely going off, scot-free. And I'm like, I don't like when men keep saying, I want you to be soft. I want you to be soft. Well, if you want a woman who's going to be soft, then you have to be the alpha male.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And also, if you want a woman to be soft, you were friends with Lindsay for how many years? She's